I'm a big fan of Twin Peaks, which is really just a fancier way of saying I suffer from clinical depression. Fuck. I watched the series for the first time from April to October of last year, and ever since then, not a day has gone by where I haven't thought and theorized endlessly about what it all means. The series is so singular in its creativity that I can scarcely think of anything that even comes close to replicating it. It was so influential at the time and was instrumental in the dawn of the golden age of television in a way that I don't think many people often realize. Without Twin Peaks and its uniquely cinematic approach to the serialization of its narrative, we wouldn't have shows like The Sopranos, Mr. Robot, Breaking Bad, the list goes on. But what if I told you that, despite the show's success, it was cut short due to the network's own bad decisions? The year is 1990. Season 1 of Twin Peaks is airing on ABC here in the United States, and it is fucking huge. People are orchestrating watch parties with the release of each new episode, and theories about who killed Laura Palmer are being thought up week after week. I think it's safe to say that Twin Peaks was a full-blown cultural phenomenon. Season 1 ended on a cliffhanger that had a lot of people, myself included, reverting to our most primitive sapient nature and running into the streets screaming some form of caveman language. Where on earth could it have possibly gone from there? An infinite number of directions, right? There's an incredibly small chance of them fucking it up from there, surely. Well, here's the thing. If you haven't seen the show, which I highly recommend that you do, the whole starting point of the series is with the unexpected and mysterious murder of Laura Palmer, a local high school student in the town of Twin Peaks. This is the event that introduces protagonist Dale Cooper and effectively sets the melodrama of the entire series in motion. In Season 2, and even towards the end of Season 1, the actual murder of Laura Palmer and the proceeding investigation is set on the back burner. This was entirely intentional on behalf of showrunners Mark Frost and David Lynch. Their intention was to keep the series running, keep the story unfolding, but never truly solve the mystery of Laura Palmer's murder. The show was to evolve to a point where it was not about her, but about the town of Twin Peaks and the people that live there. This would have allowed for two things. One, keep audience retention by never truly revealing who killed her, and two, keep the series running with both of its respective showrunners at the helm for a longer amount of time. And then it all went to shit. The network didn't like this idea. They slated a second season of the show, now 22 episodes as opposed to the first season's 8, and demanded that they reveal who killed Laura Palmer less than halfway through. This caused Frost and Lynch to scramble. They didn't know who killed her just as much as the audience didn't. So what do? In the 7th episode of the second season, it is finally revealed that it was Leland, Laura's father, who killed her by reason of demonic possession.
Did you kill Laura Palmer?
Completely silent.
That's an absolutely batshit insane reveal, right? Now, to be fair, the scene where it actually happens is incredibly intense and powerful. I still get chills thinking of it nearly a year after watching the series. But the fact of the matter is that it just happened far too early. And what happens when you blow your load too early? You disappoint your audience.
That's what she said.
So Leland Palmer confesses to the murder of his daughter, and like the show quick to follow it, dies soon after. What happens next can be best described in 4 simple words. A whole lot of nothing. The plot trails off, many characters are relegated to filler subplots and generally uninteresting antics, and the ratings dropped dramatically. Now I know what you may be asking, why does the show seemingly get so bad after this reveal? Well, the answer is quite simple. After the 7th episode, Lynch felt extremely betrayed and annoyed by the network and simply left the show altogether. This is, I think, what ultimately led the show off in a drastically different direction that audiences didn't much care for. The season progressed further, the ratings continued to drop, and ABC, in a moment of pure self-preservation, moved the show to a different time slot. This obviously can destroy a show for many reasons, especially depending on the day and time that they actually move it to. It got to a point where they had no choice but to put the show on an indefinite hiatus, meaning no new episodes were airing despite the season being incomplete. The death of Twin Peaks was inevitable, and all ABC could do was sit and wait it out.
David, are you watching? Well, what do you think?
Now, the actual history of what happens next is a little muddled, but from what I could gather, David Lynch was incredibly unhappy with the way the series was turning out, and seeing as how cancellation was imminent, he stepped back into the project to direct what ultimately became the series finale. This season, much like the first, ends on an astounding cliffhanger that would have changed the course of the series forever. But ABC pulled the plug before that could ever truly happen, and so ends the Twin Peaks saga. Alright, so why is this all ABC's fault? Well, I'll tell you. TV ratings directly translate to how many people on individual television sets are tuned into a given show as it is airing. When Twin Peaks was at its prime, it was garnering tens of millions of concurrent viewers. This high streak came to an end right around the time that Laura's killer was revealed. To many people, that was their drive for watching the series. When their closure had been earned, they simply didn't care to continue watching. After ABC dropped the ball, it really only left the die-hard fans to continue with the show, and that wasn't raking in enough of the green stuff to keep the series afloat. What does all of this mean? This means that ABC accidentally ruined one of the most successful TV shows of all time, and then proceeded to pull the plug on it altogether due to the aftermath of their own mistake. I am of the belief that this show would have lasted for 10 more seasons had they not shot themselves in the foot and destroyed any goodwill that they had with the series creators, and it would have been fucking great. But on the other hand, why am I complaining? We did eventually get more Twin Peaks. Hell, the year after the series ended, we were met with a prequel film starring most of the original cast and written and directed entirely by Lynch, and it would be disingenuous of me to not mention the incredible return season from 2017. But thinking back on this situation, the network's incompetence, the layers of betrayal that wreath it all, I can't help but get a bad taste in my mouth. The point that I'm trying to make with this video is that you should watch Twin Peaks, but do so with a truck full of salt. I went into the show knowing absolutely nothing about it, then when I got to season 2, I asked myself, why is it so like that? And now that I know why it's so like that, I can't say that I'm necessarily relieved. It's very much like the show itself. You're strung along in wonder, and you know that something is up, but you can't exactly put your finger on what, and then when it's finally revealed, despite all its closure and splendor, you just feel kinda eh. Season 1 soars, Season 2 crashes and burns. Twin Peaks is dead. Long live Twin Peaks.
Everyone, have a great day.
Hey everybody, apologies for the messy room, just wanted to record this real quick to say thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for all the support my previous video has gotten. It means so much to me. I really appreciate every single one of you that's watching this right now, and welcome to all the new people that have arrived at this channel after the previous video. I'm really enjoying this new format. I'm really enjoying experimenting with it. Yeah, just wanted to say your support means a lot to me. Thank you for watching. Here's to many more videos to come. See you guys later.